So we look at the start list. Lane 1, Great Britain. Lane 2, Lithuania. Lane 3, Germany. Lane 4, Poland. Lane 5, the Netherlands. And Lane 6, Australia.
Yellow card for not stopping during races. Please put the yellow ball.
You're just hearing a yellow card given to the Netherlands for not stopping when a race was going by. But there's the British in lane 1, closest to you, Tom Barras with the white cap on, the bronze medalist in single sculls last year behind Andre Sinek. Thomas Walton Collins behind him, not been in the best of form, 7th, that's in the small final 3 weeks ago. Here the Lithuanians, it's a new combination for them,
yes,
Aremos Adamavicius in the stroke seat, of course one of the men who took gold medal in this boat in Sarasota last year at the Worlds. Rejuvenated German crew, stroked by Steffen Kruger, Hans Gruner, the Olympic champion from 2016, backing out Siring and Steinhardt up in the bows. Victor Chibal, closest to you, just wiping his face. The Polish stroke man, 32 years of age, from Krakow in the south of Poland. Behind him, Saza, Jarowski and Poznik. There are the Dutch, Abe Wiersma, closest to you, from Wilhelm III Rowing Club. Koen Mertesackers, Stefan Poynink and Dirk Utenbogard, the man from the Olympic 8 that took bronze in the bow seat. And there are the Australians, the ever-improving Australian crew, coached by Mark Prater, David Watts in the stroke seat. From Sydney Rowing Club, Luke Letcher, Alex Pennell and Caleb Antill are the men powering the boat behind him. Camera focusing on the Dutch over there in lane 5.
Great Britain.
They took silver medal in the Linz World Cup behind the Italians, who aren't here,
Poland,
3 weeks ago. It's a real opportunity for the Dutch to go one better
Australia
and take gold
won.
this time.
Attention.
We're away here in the men's quadruple sculls. The Germans powering out, really driving their bow into the lead in those first few strokes there. So we see the Dutch here on screen in lane 5.
Coached by Ilko Meerhorst, jointly with Diederik Simon, the iconic Dutch near-house coach and Olympic champion Dutch rower. Got a silver medal in the Dutch quad in 2000, if memory serves, so he knows how to make this boat move. But out in front at the moment is the Germans. Boy, have they shot off, Sarah.
Yeah, that was a huge start by the Germans. They'd be mindful about the Poles there on their left-hand side. They will be certainly one of their biggest threats, but we know that the dark horses, Lithuania over in lane 2, are one of the other crews to watch as well. But at this stage, all the crews locked together with the exception of this one here, the Germans, sitting out in the lead. They're wearing those distinctive yellow World Cup leaders jerseys. They are the ones to catch.
Of course, Stefan Kruger and Hans Gruner rode together in the double scull in Bled, and really used to each other. Technique, they took a silver medal in that event. Gruner went on to take the gold in the Olympic quad in Rio. Kruger yet to win a gold medal. He's not been in the best of health coming up to this regatta, but doesn't seem to have affected him. Germany lead. It's a very close fight between Netherlands and Poland for third place. Lithuania, well, they are slow starters. In the World Championships last year, they were 5th at 500, 4th at 1,000, and then in silver medal position at 1,000, and then they broke the British hearts by taking that gold medal in Sarasota.
As we see here, the Lithuanians on screen, they're locked there next to the British. Over in the far lane, we see there Jonathan Walton in the 2-seat. He looks across, he can see the Australians, he can see the Lithuanians, but all he'll see is the stern of the Dutch and the Germans and the Poles, who are the current race leaders. A great work by the Dutch here, who are currently sitting in second. It looks like the Poles and the Dutch starting to pull back that early lead by the Germans.
Let's have a look at the Dutch 23-year-old strokeman Abe Wiersma, Koen Mertesackers 26 behind him. And I love the flow of this Dutch crew. You know, when you've got some great coaches like Ilko and Diederik, really, who know how to make a boat flow, know how to make a boat move. The Dutch quad finished 4th in the Worlds last year. They're determined they can put a better combination together, and it looks like they found it.
Yeah, this is an incredible row here by the Dutch. They're up at 37 strokes a minute. It looks like they're drawing level with the Germans. This was not something that we expected to see.
No, it certainly isn't. Silver medal this Dutch crew took in The Linz Regatta behind Italy, they had a great toe-to-toe battle with the Germans. Finished about 0.3, 0.4 up on the German quad 3 weeks ago. Looks like game on in this third quarter. Germans still have just got their bows in front. And the Poles right in there too, Sarah. I mean, they're not letting go, are they?
This is incredible. All 6 crews within 4 seconds as they come through the 1,000-metre mark. The top 3 crews within less than a second. So everything to play for as they come into the second 1,000. It looks like the Dutch are just getting themselves into the lead, but look at Britain on the far side.
That is a great move from the British. They had the fillip of winning at Henley against the Norwegians last weekend, but one of the few British crews to come here, and that is a great charge. We're looking at the Germans there. You can't see the British there out of the picture, but they're up at 38, and they're one of the quickest moving boats on the water. Look at that sensational move by the Paul Stannard coach crew. Now let's have a look at the Poles. Victor Chabal, the man who was in that boat that took 4th in the Rio Olympics. He's closest to you in the stroke seat. Dominic Haza, just 22 years of age, the youngster, anchoring the boat in 3 seat behind him. But look, 4 boats in a row, Sarah.
These 4 boats are starting to draw level. The Germans, the early race leaders, are now in second. It is the Dutch who have a canvas lead over the rest of the field, but it is Britain who is the fastest moving boat on the course. They're going to get themselves up into the silver medal position any moment here.
So, Netherlands go through in the leads. Britain just behind them, ahead of Poland. Germany dropped out of the reckoning, but you can see there's just 0.2 of a second behind those crews. Lithuania at the moment out of it. And I don't think there'll be a medal for Gianni Postiglione's Lithuanian crew.
It is the Dutch with just a canvas lead over the new silver medal position. The British, who came out of nowhere in that second and third 500. It is the Poles sitting in third. It is the early race leaders, the Germans, back in 4th.
Tom Barras from Leander Club in the stroke seat with the white cap on. The man from the northwest, Graham Thomas, the big man from Agecroft, in the 3 seat. John Walton and John Collins backing him up in the bows. You can see how close it is. Top of your picture is the Netherlands. Then there's the Poles, the British in lane 1, right on the far side there. And they are coming through as the grandstands approach.
This is incredible. We did not foresee that the Germans might miss a medal in the men's quadruple scull. It is the Dutch. I mean, they look incredibly strong, don't they? They're so fluid. I love the way that the Dutch are rowing.
Just got that 2-metre lead. That could be decisive. Look to my left. There's about 10 strokes left to go. The Britain are charging. Tom Barras is leading them. Graham Thomas putting the strokes in the 3 seat. Walton Collins backing them up. I think the Dutch have got it, but it'll be very close. Britain could get them on the line. It's a sensational finish from the British quad. They take the gold medal. What a result, ahead of the Netherlands and Poland. Germany, Clearwater behind. Lithuania take 4th or 5th or 6th ahead of Australia. Absolutely, and you can see John Walton banging his shoes in front of him. The 27-year-old oarsman turns around to shake John Collins. Absolutely. And this is the reason that Jürgen Grobler, the British chief coach, put Tom Barras. He's laying there exhausted out of the single where he took a bronze medal into the men's quad in the stroke seat. Barras wanted to stroke it. He was in bow earlier in the season. And now, after a bit of a blip in Linz, the British have taken a wonderful gold.
Wow, what a third 500 there from the British. That was absolutely incredible. Getting themselves back into the race. The Germans are sitting there. They don't know what has happened here. Early race leaders without a medal.
Yeah, and, you know, the thoughts about the Germans, I mean, if Timo Lanaska doesn't get to be the German single scull slot, will he go into the German men's quad? Will they have a seat race? And, well, it was such an exciting race. So many different crews had the lead at various times of the contest. That's what we like about the best races here on the road, say. Just look at that finish, Sarah.
So we look at them as they come across the line.
Whoa, shouts. I think, is that one of the British supporters there? Maybe so. Poles, they had a fantastic scull, didn't they? Had to settle for bronze medal, but so cool and calm. They're the blades of the Dutch quad, led that race for so long. Really nice and sweet, beautiful through the mid-course. But there's the British charge, led by Barras. Such a powerful oarsman, Graham Thomas, subbed into that quad at late notice in the World Championships last year.
But the quality of all of these quads, I mean, that was just incredible. As we see there, the winner was Great Britain in a time of 5:44.25.